understand something. Katas were designed with all the moves over-exaggerated, okay? Because when your adrenaline kicks in, you'll shorten all your movements. So if you're constantly say we're doing a move like this, right? The guy's head is here. We're doing this because if we practice with the guy's head here, we would do this when our adrenaline kicks in, okay? Everything kind of compresses in. So you over-exaggerate moves. When we're teaching, we over-exaggerate some movements so that you can see the concepts. There's an Aikido guy around here, a guy named Tony Nisi. And Tony is amazing at doing the littlest thing, and it looks so cool, but he's actually he's taking a big movement and he's kind of compressing it down until he needs to do just the bare minimum to get the same result, right? And that's kind of small circle jiu-jitsu principle also. We're kind of bringing things closer and closer and closer and closer, okay? So there's a lot going on with your footwork, your stances, and things like that. One of the things we do a lot, though, is we do this, right? Where we pull the hand here. We're always talking about how, you know, he's grabbed me and I'm pulling, or I grab him and I'm pulling, and all that stuff, right? But the other reason why you pull it to your hip, if I'm here and I have Kevin like this, and I move around, I'll move with him just because, okay? See how he's not moving. But if I attach him to me, he goes wherever I go, right? Because the moment you hook onto this, the moment you pull on this, you attach to his spine, okay? So earlier we've been doing techniques where you're here, and we've been hitting lung 5, we're doing a lot of other things like that, right? Normally when we hit lung 5, we hit this one, okay? Right? Because we should be welcoming and pulling that in. But if as I hit it, and I hit down, as I do this little turn in, if I aim that towards his spine, you see the difference in his body posture. I don't have to worry about him hitting me with the other hand, right? And everything I need is right here. Now here's the funny thing. There's what's called opening and closing of meridian, right? So if his arm is bent like this, and I hit here, and he feels it, and I'm on spleen 21, right? Okay? But if his arm is up like this, worse, yeah? Much worse. So when I'm doing something like a move like this, I can't punch him there. It's not going to work, right? Because that meridian, that point, is closed and covered by musculature. But that stretches everything up here. So we do this move right here, down block, right? So when he's grabbed, you're hitting lung 5 and you're aiming it right towards the center. And then you're going to hit whatever presents itself up here because this structure is all stretched out. Okay? Preferably gallbladder 20. Okay? Because now, when his body rotates, when you hit this and his body rotates this way, look at his spine, right? His head will either rotate this way, and once it rotates this way, he's going to want to turn it back towards me. He's going to want to bring himself back to balance, back to center, right? So his whole entire spine is twisted in 2 different directions. And when you hit this, you get a way different result. Kevin is a non-responder, so to speak. He feels it, but doesn't really feel it. And if I have him just normal and I hit gallbladder 20, he doesn't really feel it. But if I rotate his body like this, he's going down.
I feel it. I just kind of laugh it off.
Okay, so when you hit this, hit, sink and drop, and then this goes towards his spine. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay? That's that part of the motion. Okay? Let's try that. Start there.